Halayim La, Alhainaw Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, Hamashiach, Wa Malaki, Bahashim, Harawat, Wakakodash, Barakathum, the water by Babal, Wakwam Yasharala. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who teach us daily, and to the men out there teaching the likewise doctrine at City Shalom. Today we're going to get into a video whereas this Edomite is telling black voters that they're stupid. And you are, because you voted for somebody who hates you, and you don't know that they hate you. Now they got a term for this. It's called what's the term for it? When you fall in love with your kidnapper. I forgot the name, but it'll come to me. But that's what y'all suffering from, because y'all don't, regardless of how these people show you that they hate you, you still got love for them. Y'all stupid. There's no other word for it except stupidity. Now, I don't know what it's gonna take to get y'all out of this little trance, you being in love with your kidnapper, because you were kidnapped from the west coast of Africa. So it's gonna take Jacob's trouble for y'all to see who your enemy really is. That's why y'all so lost. You don't know who your enemies are. The Bible calls out your enemies. Calls out Edom twice. Edom's at the first of the list, aka white man. Your other enemies, so-called Africans, so-called Arabs, because they help kidnap you. And they in trouble too. Amalek, the tiny tops. Those are your enemies because they want to be you. They want to be able to say that you were never here. So we're going to let this Edomite tell you how much they hate you. Then maybe you'll understand how much they hate you, because some of y'all refuse to wake up and snap out of this Christian trance you in. Before we get the video, I'm going to get a copyrighted statue. Let's go ahead and grab it right now. Name of this video is A White Man's Urgent Check-In. What I need my Black audience to know right now. Now, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use of purposes such as criticism, comment, news, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Let's get it.
This white guy got something to tell you, black Trump supporters. Y'all think that Trump really like black people, but I want y'all to listen to this video and see what this man is telling you about Trump.
In the last couple of days, I've gotten tons of hate mail from black Trump voters. Now, right off the bat, if you're black and you voted for Trump or you're still supporting Trump, you are delusional. If you think Trump, I've known Trump for 30 years. If you think he's pro-black people, you're completely delusional. I've been to Mar-a-Lago, I don't know how many times, and I've never seen a black person there. And Mar-a-Lago is a huge place. There's 1,000 people there when I used to go there for a fundraiser or an event. Never seen a black person. I've never seen a single black person there. Okay, Trump is not a fan of black people, but you probably didn't see this. If you're still supporting him, you probably didn't see how he snuck this in a couple of days ago. So a couple of days ago, if you're not familiar, Trump pulled back the law that kept federal workers in federal buildings from segregating bathrooms, drinking fountains, work areas from blacks and whites or any other race. Okay, it was always black and white, but that's what the law says. He pulled it. Okay, now we're going back to the days of the early 60s and late 50s, 1950s and before, where there were black water fountains, colored water fountains is what they call them for coloreds, and white water fountains and restaurants. And now in federal...
Ask yourself this: why was it only black and white water fountains? Why was it no other race, no other nation? It's always black and white. It's never Asian and white. It's never Japanese and white. It's never African and white. It's always black. You know why? Because black is a code word for Israelite. Black is a code word for Judah. They know who we are. That's why they always had this perpetual hatred, because they still pissed off that the Lord rejected them for the birthright. So this is their little emotional sneaky way of trying to steal back the birthright by locking everybody down. Number one, this is not sustainable, so it's not going to last. Number two, it's not going to last because it's not the Lord's will for this Babylonian hypocritical government / Edomite rulership to continue. It's over. The Lord wants this place destroyed, and that's exactly what's going to happen to it. So all you Edomites still holding on to your little emotions, y'all might as well let that go, because your hate ain't gonna do nothing but either get you dead or get you into captivity. That's why us so-called black people, we ain't tripping on y'all for real, because we know what's about to happen to y'all. We ain't tripping on y'all because basically we really tired of y'all talking, because every time you open your mouth, you're lying about something. We just want y'all to shut the hell up, because your conversation is all over the place. You get in your emotions, you make up shit, you lie, you dwell in your delusion, and your insanity is exhausting. Let's keep going.
Buildings, they can discriminate against you. Okay, let me tell you, if you didn't know that, let me tell you what's next. It's coming. Watch. The Civil Rights Act of 1964. Now, if you don't know your history, that's what Martin Luther King died for, basically. Okay? That's what John Lewis used to march.
Martin Luther King didn't die for that. Martin Luther King was murdered when he tried to tell the truth about how he was wrong about trying to bring so-called black people and so-called white people together, because we were meant to be separate. When he figured out that he set his people up for failure and wanted to come clean, that's when they murdered him in the hospital. He survived that gunshot. He was suffocated in the hospital. So he died for nothing.
In the streets for Jesse Jackson, all these guys fought.
All them people he just named, Jesse Jackson, all those other people, those were agents. They didn't do nothing for the so-called black community. They fed their own bellies by making covenants with the heathen. What has the NAACP changed in the past 70, 80 years? Nothing. They just played their role and kissed Esau's ass to keep them off of them. None of these black organizations changed anything because the Lord didn't want it. The Lord wanted us to be punished by these people, and that's what happened. That's why it says in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68, no man will buy you. That means no man will save you out of your condition of captivity except Hamashiach, which translates to the Savior. He the only one gonna get you out of this.
For this, to give so people could not discriminate. The government couldn't discriminate, citizens couldn't discriminate, companies couldn't discriminate against.
Why is government discrimination even a thing? I thought these were professional people. I guess I was wrong, because they can't get out their feelings either. Look at the government we got now. Emotional, weak. What's the word? They just weak. All these leaders of this country, yeah, they weak. Insecure, that's the word. They're very insecure, because they always trying to throw around something, what they call it, strength and might. That was not strength and might that we saw when he was addressing those generals. That was weakness. That was insecurity. A tough man don't act tough. People just call him tough because he is who he is. You don't have to act tough 24 hours a day for people to think you tough. Matter of fact, the ones that acting tough 24 hours a day, they're the weakest ones in the room. Except Trump.
Against people of color. Okay, if he pulls that, we're headed back to 1950. And if you're black, you ain't gonna like it, let me tell you. Okay, I don't know how many of these people that are sending me hate mail that are black are educated people, but if you know your history, I don't see how you're supporting Trump. Wake up before it's too late. It's going to take generations to pull this back together if we ever do. And you don't want to live in a country when you're a black person that's circa 1940, 1950. It was not a pleasant experience, okay? That's why the civil rights people marched and did all the things they did, because they had real guts. They weren't sitting back. Another thing I'm getting from black people is, oh, well, you can march now. We did it in civil rights. It's your turn. Are you kidding me? If you're not a wealthy white male, he's coming after you. He's coming after your rights. Women, Hispanics, military people as well. They're a minority as well. He has total disdain for the military. I don't know how many times he has to tell you guys how he thinks you're suckers and losers. He said it a million times, okay? He has no respect for military people. He doesn't understand, and I've had this conversation with him personally over the years. He doesn't understand why people go into the military, risk their lives, basically for politicians that don't know what the hell they're doing half the time anyway. All these
See, and that statement he made back in the day came back to bite him in his ass, because every general in that room knows how he feels about the military. Every general in that room does not respect him because he's a 5-time draft dodger and a compulsive liar. A weak-ass, pitiful man. Sad. And money don't make the man make the money. So yeah, he's rich, but he's still a rich piece of shit because nobody likes him. So what good is having all that money when you are hated?
kids died in Vietnam, when I was growing up, and we didn't even have a good reason to be there. Okay, so there's a lot, and that
was the reason you were in Vietnam. Murder and theft. That's always the military's MO. Murder and theft. And lying about it all.
That's how Trump feels. He thinks you're suckers. You don't make any money. Okay, so if you don't make any money, he doesn't respect you anyway, which is obviously ridiculous. I mean, military people are patriots, obviously. But he doesn't believe that. He's not on your side. Guys, wake up before he pulls every right you have. Again, I fit into the, I'm a white, wealthy male. Okay, he's not coming after me, although he'll probably come after me for doing posts like this. Eventually, he'll shut me down. He'll shut every voice down. Free speech itself will be shut down. It won't take long unless we can get rid of this guy as fast as we possibly can and overturn this administration. And the only way we're going to do it is that people stand up. Here's my message to people. If you're one of the people that's sending me hate mail, stop sending it. I don't care. You're delusional. If you think he's on your side, you want to be delusional, you want to go back to separate drinking fountains and all the major discrimination that you never even saw before because you're too young, that's up to you. It's pretty stupid. But I'm not going to suffer for it. You're going to suffer for it. Every black person is going to suffer for it. For that matter, every minority is going to suffer for it. Wake up, people. It's time to fight back.
Well, yeah.
It's not time to fight back. It's time to let this bitch burn. It's time to step out the way and let the Lord do what he gonna do with these people. That's what it's time to do. Because guess what? What's gonna happen if you rise up, so-called black people, and save Edomites from Trump? They're not going to change. The only change that's gonna come is the change that Hashem Yahweh Shai is about to bring. Let it burn. Don't do nothing. Let it burn. Let these people destroy themselves. Let these people continue to embarrass themselves. They always calling us liars, talking about they're not the Edomites. Okay, cool. We're going to sit back and let you prove that you're Esau, because you're about to fulfill the rest of these prophecies, and then you're going into captivity. And it ain't going to be no more talking. Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. For my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are sottish children, which means stupid. And they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. This man has showed you for the past 2,000 plus years how much he hates you. but you still don't get it. Let's go to Isaiah, starting chapter 5, verse 20. And he calling migrants evil, wicked, gangsters, drug dealers, rapists, when they're actually doing it. That's called projection. They project their crimes on you. Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. This man lied on us several times, talking about we the biggest problem in the country and we got the highest crime rate. When all you see on TV is white domestic terrorists, Edomites, murdering Edomites. The good news is the whole world knows who the problem is. The whole world knows. That's why you are being isolated right now. The United States of embarrassment. You and your disaster in chief, Donald Trump, and your Secretary of Defense, Pete Keg's breath. I think that's what they call him, because he always stay drunk. But he trying to tell real men. You got Ren and Stimpy trying to tell real men how to be real men. Or is it Pinky in the Brain? I don't know. I know they look like some real cartoon characters talking to real men like that when they're not real men. Yeah, this is the United States of embarrassment with your disaster in chief, Donald Trump. Get this one. Psalm chapter 55, verse 20. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He had broken his covenant. How many covenants has he broken with the Indians? Over 500. And he's still breaking covenants to this day. That's why the other nations are like, no, we can't deal with you because liars are bad for business. Emotional toddlers in suits are bad for business. And this is how he's going to always think about you Israelites, because he knows who you are and he knows who he is. Get this one. But y'all always fall for the buttery words. The podium talk. Where does that come from? It comes from two specific types of people. Lying-ass politicians and lying-ass pastors. That podium talk. As far as Trump and the politicians, yeah, they're going to give you smooth, big, buttery words that don't mean shit. Psalm chapter 55, verse 21, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Yeah. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. Yeah. Let's get another one. Hold on, let me go to Google. There you go. Book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit, jail, prison, for no reason, just because he wants you to be there. What kind of logic is that? Unfit the rule. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. Let's go to the Apocrypha. So though. This man just want to go to war with the citizens. It's not him. The tiny tops have put him up to this. They paid this man $100 million to destroy this country from within. The book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 3, an unwise king destroyeth his people. But through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Now, when it says an unwise king will destroy his own people, I'm talking about other Edomites. Look at the farmers. Look at Edomites in their cars crying. So, Christians, so-called black people, explain this script. Sirach chapter 12, verse 3. There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms. So these, he done racked up 34 felons. He avoiding a big pedo case. To this day, he continues to defy court orders. What did y'all see in this man? I don't understand what y'all saw in him. Unless y'all just believe the lies that he told and that he's still telling to this day. Every time this man opens his mouth, he's lying. What did y'all see in this man that made you want to take off your job, go downtown somewhere, and vote for this man? What made you do that? Because guess what? Obviously, you didn't watch season 1. If you wanted another season of this, you wasn't paying attention, or you don't care. Or a lot of people just voted for him because he was white, so-called. As long as there's an Edomite in power, Edomites are okay, regardless of how retarded they are. That's one of the things that Edomites do. They put people in positions they're not qualified for and ignore their lies, ignore their F-ups. That's an Edomite trait. They turn a blind eye to the wickedness of their people and then put the wickedness of their people on another people. Look at the migrants, how he's still trying to paint them as being wicked. When the true wicked ones are walking around here shooting up schools and churches for no reason. He ain't said nothing about them. You know why? Because he's too busy lying on you black people. This is another scripture I want y'all to explain, Christians. Sirach, chapter 14, verse 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? If he dogging out his own people, what make you think he got love for you? This man don't love nobody. And Edomites don't have solidarity. He shall not take pleasure in his goods. Verse 7, and if he doeth good, he do it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. We told y'all what this man was going to do before he even got in office. But yet y'all still shocked. What you shocked about? You should be expecting this. And it's only going to get worse because Jacob's trouble is right around the corner. So when you look out your window and see the movie Red Dawn live, what you gonna do? Because the white boy ain't coming. Jesus ain't coming. I hope y'all figured that out by now. You so-called black people, y'all better wake up and realize that you are surrounded by your enemies. You are in your enemy's backyard. And he is ready to pounce because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Y'all keep on walking around here with your head in the clouds, like thinking everybody loves you. When you are spiritual enemy number 1, because this is what Esau is painting you as. Verse 8 in chapter 14, Sirach. The envious man have a wicked eye. He turneth away his face in despise of men. Yeah. This man don't love nobody. This man to kill his own family. No, he don't love nobody. He'll shoot his wife, shoot his children, shoot the dog, burn down the house, and kill himself. Where's the love? If he doesn't have love for that group that he lives with, he ain't no way in hell he has love for you so-called black people. You walking around here ignorant to the fact that this man hates you. Get your head out the clouds with all this love, love, love. Everybody, because guess what? Everybody does not love you. Go to the book of Jeremiah. Chapter 17, verse 5. Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord. Y'all keep on trusting every lying word that come out of these people's mouths. You're going to wind up in a FEMA camp with a grain of rice in your hand. I don't understand how people can walk around being so naive when all this man has done over the past 2,000 years and provided you with proof that he hates you. Turn the other cheek, gonna get you dead. You can't go by the false teachings of an idol. Love your enemies. No, that was not, that scripture was talking about of the Israelites, not your enemies. If the Lord coming back to destroy the enemies of Israel, what you look like trying to love them when the Lord hates them? You're going to look like a traitor, and he going to put you down too. This is not the white boy that's coming back. This is the true Hamashiach, the son of a Hebrew God. Yeah, that's who y'all going to have to deal with. So-called black people and so-called white people. And if you in the 2/3 basket, you just as good as dead. Psalm chapter 32, verse 37, the wicked watches the righteous and seeketh to slay him. This man can't wait for martial law so he can turn his animals with badges loose. Psalm chapter 37, verse 7. Rest in the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil, for evildoers shall be cut off. But those that wait upon the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, they shall inherit the earth. These Edomites that you trying to kiss up and love, they finna go into slavery. Y'all better get y'all mind right. Psalm chapter 36, verse 1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David, the servant of the Lord Yahweh. The transgression of the wicked saith in my heart, that there is no fear of Yahweh before his eyes. That's why he ain't got punished yet. That's why he's so full speed ahead, all gas on the wickedness. You think he gonna get away with this? No. Verse 2, For he flattereth himself with his own in his own eyes, until his iniquity be found to be hateful. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He have left off to be wise and to do good. He deviseth mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. See? He welcomes it because guess what? This man is the earthly counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. That's why Edomites are so susceptible to receiving evil spirits, because they are who the Bible calls the wicked, the entire nation. Have they not proved that? Their wickedness over the past 2,000 plus years? Yeah. Go to Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. This is why they all gas on the wickedness. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear Yahweh, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before Yahweh. Yeah, the Lord got a cake baked for this dude. And if you don't want no slice of that cake, you better get the hell out the way. Don't march for these people. How many times they told you to go back to Africa? They made it very clear you're not welcome. And most of you are indigenous to this land. So let them fight for the shit they stole. Only to lose it all, plus some. Stay out the way before you catch some heavily flops trying to save your enemies. Book of Isaiah chapter 32, verse 6. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against the Lord Yahweh, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. The instruments also of the churl are evil. That's a wicked spirited person. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. all these all these Venezuelan gangsters, they rapists, they calling these people everything that they actually are. If they are all these horrible things that they're being called in the media, where's the proof? And why y'all, as far as this government is concerned, why y'all protecting pedos? If you're not wicked, that is, because they say the Edomites been done away with, proving that they are liars, because the Bible says that there is no end to a nation, any nation, until he does away with them. He's going to do away with the entire nation of Edom at the end of their 1,000 years of slavery. And then there will be no more remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it, with y'all lying asses. Go to Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 29. The people of the land have used oppression and exercised robbery and have vexed the poor and needy. Yeah, they have oppressed the stranger wrongfully. But y'all still trying to love him. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. That told you right there. You can kiss his ass all day, he's still gonna dog you out. That favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the master of the Lord. Ask the Latinos for MAGA, for Trump. Yeah, they was kissing up to him. They voted for him. They rocking their hats, and they still got deported. Go to Job chapter 15, verse 35. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, in their belly prepare deceits. All they do is lie. Get a couple more. Micah chapter 2. And they still finding people hung in trees in 2025. I guess y'all didn't see that, huh? Y'all, a lot of you black people, so-called black people, probably was at the Charlie Kirk funeral. That's how backwards y'all are. Micah chapter 2, verse 1. This is telling you who your enemy is. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds when the morning is light. They practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And they cover fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Therefore saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for the time is evil. So the Lord basically telling you he's setting a trap for these Edomites, and if you get in the way, you're going to get trapped too. You want to save them? Cool. Jump in front of the laser beams when the chariots start picking them off. We get a couple more. Joel chapter 3. Verse 5, because you have taken my silver and my gold and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. This is the Lord talking about his people. The children also of Jerusalem and the children of Salakia, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it. So you Edomites about to find out what it feels like to have your children sold to other nations and never see them again. Ever. Go to Ezekiel chapter 35. Verse 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. And say unto it, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. And I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time of their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. verse 11. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. Ooh. You in trouble, man. Verse 12. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies, which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying they are laid desolate. They are given to us to consume. That's what they think. They think the Lord just gave us to them just for them to do whatever they want to do with us or to us. Verse 13, thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. Ooh. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, when the whole earth rejoices, I will make thee desolate, as thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate. So will I do unto thee, thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it. And they shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh. Beautiful scripture to close on. I had a few more, but hey, we can end it on that. So, ain't no saving Esau. I don't care how much you love him. This man is destined to go into captivity for 1,000 years along with the other nations, and after that, the other nations going back to their land. Edom, that whole nation gonna be rounded up and exterminated because of all the wickedness they did to us. So, Black MAGA, Christians, y'all love them all you want to. Just know, loving your enemies, trying to save them from captivity and extermination, you're making yourself an enemy to your own nation, and the Lord gonna deal with you too. Call Ayim La, Alahai Nawi Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, Wa Malaki, by Hashem, Hawa Wat Wakakwarash, Barakatham, the water by Babawa Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.